trying to reach for success. So if it ain't about a house, then I ain't needing the stress. I'm always speaking to an agent, you can see from my text. Just secured our first house, just wait and see what is next. Finally happy about my progress, we got keys to collect. I'll be the plug for the houses, I'ma be the connect. Every day I make an offer, I just hope they accept. And if you wanna be a boss, you gotta go through the steps.
Because of all these issues, we had to renegotiate with the vendor on the purchase price. We went back and forth, and the vendor decided not to sell the house to us.
We also lost a lot of money because we still had to pay our solicitor fees, we had to pay for the survey and all of our other expenses. So as you can imagine, I had lost my head.
I was fuming, didn't know what to say, didn't know what to do.
So could that be our property journey ended before it even started? Of course not. On the Monday, we got a call from the estate agent explaining that the vendor no longer wants to sell the house to us. But on the following Wednesday, we had a mentoring meeting with Steve and we explained the situation to him. He then said that our opportunity has come across his desk for him to buy a house that we could possibly joint venture on. So he's shown us the house, we fell in love with it, and we decided to go ahead. So we're outside our first purchase, which is in Wolverhampton, Tetnall to be a bit more exact. In Tetnall, there's a large conservation area, which means there's stricter controls on developing properties because they're deemed worthy of preservation. But luckily, the house we've just bought is not in the conservation area. It literally falls just outside, so we can pretty much develop it to how we want. Also, through the research that we've done in the area, we found out what type of people live here, and that's something we're going to take into consideration when we're doing the refurb.
After viewing the house, my first impressions were that the house needs a lot of work, going from the kitchen to the bathroom. There's a lot of damp and mold, but I believe me and Rocky got this, and we're going to make sure we set the standards high, because this is going to set the tone for our future projects. So you guys need to make sure you subscribe and follow our journey.
After viewing the house for the first time, I can already vision what walls I want to take out, what kitchen I want to put in, and also what colour scheme I want the house to follow. We also want to do the house to a very high standard. So what's going to make or break the project is the builders we decide to use. So we need to make sure that we do our due diligence thoroughly.
Previously, when dealing with builders, we made some mistakes. The mistakes were how we spoke to them, what we wore, and having the camera out when we shouldn't. And because of that, they feel like they can pull the wool over our eyes and take advantage. So that's why they overpriced us on the quote.
Oh, hell no.
Guys, I'm with Rocky, with Steve, who's a joint venture partner, and with TT. So we'll go through the house. So Steve, what do you think of the house?
Love it. Wouldn't have bought it if I didn't like it, and I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't think the profit was in there. TT actually analysed the whole deal way before it even come to me, and then he actually phoned me up and said, "There's a great house here, really good." So what do you think of the viewing?
Amazing.
It was
Different, a bit different.
Yeah, it wasn't a good viewing, was it? It was actually quite a sad viewing, to be completely honest, to see how some people, I mean, look at that, guys, to see how someone was living in this property.
Yeah, those conditions.
It wasn't good, but, you know, they was happy, healthy, smiling, and they're moving out on the 16th of this month, which is good for us. But yeah, TT was the guy that brought it over to me and said, "Steve, perfect house, awesome." And then obviously, we know the story with you two, you know, crying, feeling sorry for yourselves, looked like you wanted to jump off a building, and then look what happens. Positivity and always putting yourself out there, good things happen to those kind of people. The end values in the area, because it's Tetnall, the end values are quite good because the area is very affluent, but the only thing you've got to make sure is that we don't overdevelop, because one of the high prices that we got was a HMO, but a professional one. So we've got to make sure we keep everything according to plan and strip out. I'm presuming you two are doing it.
No chance.
He said he was in.
We'll do it if you're doing it with us.
Yeah, I'm coordinating it from outside, 100%. I've got you back.
I'll film it.
What about
jumping as well?
Oh wow, you're just sacking everybody off, like everyone's being demoted down the chain. Yeah. If you two got any things that, like, is anything worrying you about this? Is anything feeling like it's daunting?
Probably the drive. Obviously, it's a family home. You need a drive, can't park on the main road. So we're trying to figure out how can we fit the cars. Obviously, if you go back, see that side, there's a little drive there. Can you really fit a car there? Obviously, you got bins.
Yeah, there's no cars going down there. Remember, it's shared access. Oh, there's the shared drive. The walls are going to have to come down and the hedges are going to have to come down to put a car outside. But remember, guys, the parking on the street is not bad. There's a lot of parking. TT, if you spin round, you might see, like, well, if you go down there, look, there's a couple of houses that have got the fronts done. If you turn it back round, there's one. And then you got one there, you got one there.
Yes, guys, so we just went through the house. Appreciate Steve's time, obviously TT, obviously going through it. Really, really excited by this house. So by the time this video drops on the 16th, we'll have the keys. So guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and follow our journey.